We begin. Tonight, we'll tell the story, Benny and the Blanket Cloud. In a quiet corner of the sky, far beyond the reach of airplanes and balloons, lived a tiny cloud named Benny. Benny was not like the big, important clouds that made rain or painted the sunset. Benny was small, soft, and a little bit shy. But he had a heart as wide as the sky and dreams bigger than the moon. Every day, Benny would float quietly above the treetops, watching the world below with curious eyes. He saw children flying kites, birds playing tag, and squirrels bouncing through the branches. Benny liked watching the world, but more than anything, he wished he could help it. One morning, the sun rose early and strong. Its golden rays stretched across the sky, warming the earth below. But today, the sun seemed brighter than usual, maybe a little too bright. Down on the ground, a group of children tried to play, but they squinted and fanned their faces. "It's too hot today," one child said. "Let's go inside." Benny felt a little tug in his puffy heart. He didn't like seeing the children leave the meadow so soon. He wondered if there was something, anything, he could do. Then, he had an idea. Benny puffed up his cloud belly, fluffed out his edges, and drifted slowly between the sun and the field. A soft shadow covered the children like a gentle hug. The sunlight dimmed just a little, enough to make the day cozy and cool. The children looked up, then smiled and ran back out to play. Benny glowed, not with sunshine, but with happiness. He had helped. From that day on, Benny practiced floating just right. Not too low, not too high. Not too thick, not too thin. He became the master of softness and shade. He learned how to be a blanket cloud, not to cover the sky, but to comfort it. As time passed, the people in the village below started to notice. "It's always just the right kind of cloudy in the afternoon," said an old grandmother rocking on her porch. "I think the sky likes us," said a boy with a slingshot in his back pocket. But Benny didn't need compliments or medals. His reward was the giggles, the cartwheels, and the games that happened under his shade. Still, sometimes, Benny wondered if he was missing something. The big clouds had missions. They made rain, snow, even thunder. Benny just floated. Was that enough? One night, as the stars began to blink and the world grew sleepy, Benny saw a girl sitting by her window, tears on her cheeks. Her teddy bear was tucked under one arm, and her blanket had fallen to the floor. She whispered into the night, "I miss Mommy." Benny felt the ache in her voice. Quietly, he floated over her house, careful not to wake anyone. He let his softest puff drift down and wrap around the moonlight. A soft, glowing mist curled into her room, like a warm sigh. The girl looked up, blinked, and smiled. "Thank you, sky," she whispered, as she curled into her blanket and closed her eyes. That night, Benny felt something he'd never felt before, purpose. From then on, he became more than a shade for sunny days. On nights when children couldn't sleep, Benny would float over rooftops and gently weave dreamlight into their windows. Sometimes he'd whisper quiet hushes through the wind. Other times, he'd paint soft shapes in the stars, like teddy bears and sleepy kittens. The world never knew his name, but in their hearts, children everywhere felt safe. Benny became a bedtime guardian, a floating friend, a blanket cloud that never left. And so, each night, when the sky turns from blue to velvet, and the stars peek out with sleepy eyes, Benny begins his gentle journey. If you listen closely, you might hear his cloud hum, a lullaby made of softness, hope, and peace. And maybe tonight, as you drift off to sleep, Benny will visit your window too, with just enough fluff to quiet the day, and just enough shimmer to make your dreams glow. Sleep well, little one. If you enjoyed tonight's story and would love to hear more magical bedtime tales, be sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you never miss a dreamy new episode. And if Benny's story brought a little smile to your evening, don't forget to like this video to help us continue bringing you more gentle, peaceful stories each week. Sweet dreams.